here we are again, Noxie. I'm hoping that someone in there is waiting for it, mate. If you're in the YouTube chat still, if you can give us a bit of a heads up on our sound check, that'd be fantastic. But welcome everybody that's going to join us now or a little bit later on or post race, but should be good. But just like to say big welcome to our good friend Mr. Knox. How are you, mate?
Evening all. Fantastic tonight. We're gonna have a absolutely chaotic race tonight, I reckon.
How come will it be chaotic?
Well, it's a sprint race and we have a reverse race. So, sprint race, the first one should be pretty, a normal type of race. But the reverse grid races always throw up some chaos. So even though we don't like seeing crashes or incidents, it's pretty hard not to have an incident on the track that's the size of a 2-cent coin or something. So
yes, that's probably a good way of putting it. Sorry, someone's just put in there that cars sound good, but we're a bit quiet. I'm a bit quiet. Okay, man? Alright, can you get rid of that equaliser? Yep. Excellent. Who are we on board with there at the moment? I might just put my glasses on. Fantastic.
Alright, so we've got 6 minutes to go. We've got Redbacks currently in the pole position for 1 minute 29.5, which is really quick for the Tier 2 boys. Rain of 5 just in behind him in the Lambo, 0.013. And Fung Poo Panda's having another good showing, 0.1 off. So pretty tight grid here. And I think we go down to the 10th interval, they're the second away, so and then the rest is all pretty close grouping there.
Good to see TT's up there in P4, so you coming from the other week. Who are we on board with here? We're on board with Rain of Fire, is that correct? I was just saying. Alright, well we might just jump on board with someone that's going to cross over the start finish line very soon. Came in, we can do a little bit of a quick track hot lap of the Psycho. So where's he coming down on the... Alright, so he's coming down on the start finish line now. He's disappeared. Who's that? Shamrock. Alright, Shamrock's about to come over the start finish line. He's in the Ferrari. He's going to take turn 1 here. You want to just clip that inside curbing as he's done. Come out wide into this turn 2 again. Nice and tight. There's a lot of room on the outside here, so just carry as much speed as you possibly can. Coming up into turn 4, you want to brake just at the slip road. Late apex, and you want to get on the power before you actually hit the apex. As we go down this straight here, so Circuit Zolder is a grueling and undulating 4.011 kilometres long, so very tight racing tonight. It's just going through that chicane. We want to try and straight line that the best that we possibly can. And again, coming up into this little section, brake a little bit earlier than you think that where the brake markers are. Try and straight line it again. Come across that curb. Through this section, this will be a flat out section. Coming over the rise. Out again nice and wide. Coming down into towards turn 9. Want to brake. Take it out nice and wide again. Try and carry as much speed as you possibly can through that little section. Now this is a tricky little corner too, Noxie, the chicane. You want to brake just at the lamppost. Cut across the curb on the left side. I'm going to flip the car over to the right. There's a little bit of a bump there, and then cross over to the start-finish line again, and we'll see what time. Did he improve?
No. Oh, he does. He did improve, but he didn't go up a place. So
Okay.
he was 0.8 behind, and he went up to 0.6 behind. So he did improve, but he still needs to find more if he wants to jump anyone. But yeah, it looked like a pretty clean lap from him. So
yeah, it did look like a pretty clean lap.
Pretty happy with that.
But I'll tell you what, though, I'm in my usual state up here in the commentary box, not see high tension, heart beating like a trip hammer, whatever that is. I'm getting ready to go.
Got the heart pounding?
I have, and I've just noticed the comment that Stu Barkley's put on there. Evening, lads. So I'll just say this with a little bit of finesse, as how he would say it. Good evening, lads. Fingers crossed for a cracking race with no incidents. So, Stu, you must be on mushrooms, mate, because if you think there's not going to be any incidents after last week, yeah, I'm not quite sure what race you're watching. So, anyway.
I say, he must be out of his mind.
Carry on.
Crikey.
All right, where are we? Back to the racing? Sorry, K-Man. Production manager's got in my ear. No. Yeah, I don't have that screen. It's just showing who you're currently on. But production manager is in the earpiece saying, "Boys, rein it in a little bit, and just concentrate on the racing." And we shall do that.
Yeah, g'day Jason. He's saying good luck to all tonight, to all the drivers. Good to see you tuning in for the race.
A couple of the boys mentioned that, what are we down in the last 54 seconds, are we? Geez, that went quick.
It did.
A couple of the boys were mentioning that there was rain in the server there tonight, so I'm just wondering if there might be a chance for a little bit of rain at Zolder on with this evening's races. So remember, this is a sprint round, guys, 30 minutes. From this qualifying position, as we currently sit right now, once the clock goes zero, those qualifying positions will be the starting position for race 1, and then they'll be in reverse grid starting positions for race 2. So, those guys that are up the top end, be an opportunity to show off some of their skill set, where they sneakily come through on some of the slower guys, make nice clean passes, be strategic in their manoeuvres, and I'm sure that we'll see a lot of professionalism with that how that plays out tonight.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yep. And we're currently on Rain of Fire, who's on his last lap. He's currently in second position, only 0.01 seconds behind. Let's see if he can improve by a little bit, he'll be able to get a pole. So it comes across the line, and he improved. He does. He gets pole.
Wow.
Pole position, 129 flat. That's a fantastic time for Tier 2 guys. Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with that. He's actually, because he's in a Lamborghini too. It's even.
Yeah.
Who's driving around with the 888 Vodafone livery tonight? We did see a couple of the fellas from Tier 1 race last week that were sporting. Actually, we got another one there in the BMW N4 in the Skechers 46 car. Impressive looking. So it's awesome. Look, Exo and Team Little Bears, so big shout out to those guys as well from last week. Did a bloody ripping job. They asked the audience, what they thought about the actual liveries with the sponsorship. Me personally, I think they look fantastic. Noxie, what's your thoughts?
Oh yeah, some of them look fantastic. Maybe a little bit harder to tell whose team you're in, but I think most of us have been trying to at least get a sponsorship car that has your team colours in there. So, I like them, but sometimes some of the custom liveries look just as good. I know Team Little Bear likes his pink, so I'm not sure if you can find any pink team cars.
Yep. Alrighty, top 10, Rain of Fire in P1. TT, the newcomer to the Tier 2 group, in position 2. Flying Poo Panda, position 3. Redback in the Porsche, P4. Sparky got in P5. Brent Want, P6. Kick It and Rip It, P7. And he will want to make sure that he's up there as well because he's in with the opportunity for a championship. F1 Sniper. Gaz is here from Team BHR in P9 and Shamrock in P10, which is the one that we jumped on board with Shamrock to do the hot lap. If we just go down the list there, we've got Slate Sim, Bounty. So Bounty's in P12. So we've seen him over the last few rounds be starting sort of back in the rear field, but within 5 or 10 laps, he's definitely been up within the top 10. So he's one to look out for tonight. Psycho, Inter Rules, Bits of Missing, Mr. Stu Wilson, Con McCall, Christo, and Team Little Bear in P20. Scotty Pye in 21. Adge. BC. Who's that one there? I can't read that. Who's in P24?
Morningstar Mike in 24.
Morningstar Mike. Oh, yep. So Morningstar Mike has come back to racing. He has had a little bit of time off. Add too many. That's another new name, is it?
And
EXO. Yep, and Familiar. Wayne Morris, Cheese Noodles. Cheese Noodles has come back from having a break.
The new one, yep.
And Bounty again. So where's Bounty? Isn't he up in the... What's going on there?
Yeah, what's...
Well, I know PRT are leading the championship, but what are we doing, doubling down?
Did he clone himself or something?
Well, I reckon if he had half a chance, he would, mate. But just to reflect, guys, for the viewers out there tonight, one of the things that hasn't quite happened yet is if we go to the Podium website, where it has all the updated live scoring in terms of points for where positions finished. So there's been a little bit of a delay with regards to that being published at the moment. Reason being, and we apologise to anybody that goes in there religiously and has a look to see where they're sitting, but we've had a few protests over the last few rounds that we've had to work through, and especially after the Tier 1 round last week. I can't remember, K-Man, was it 10 or 11 protests that came through on the night? 11, was it? 11 protests have come through, so there's a fair bit of work that goes on in the background with that. We need to get, video footage and see what happens and make a review of all that, and there's a big process. So we apologise to the guys out there, but we are working our backsides off to try and get that and be fair, to try and get the right result and the right outcome for everyone, all the interested parties. So yeah, apologies about that again. Alrighty. I feel exhausted already. Can you believe that?
Yeah, we haven't even started the race yet.
I know.
And you might get more exhausted because, we got 2 sprint races to go. So, yeah, it's going to be very exciting. I'm really interested to see. Surprisingly, the Tier 1 drivers were pretty clean the first lap. Everyone was pretty orderly, so hopefully we see that again. It was the reverse grid race where we had a few incidents. It's the different what would you call it? Speeds of drivers in front and drivers behind, where they're different braking markers and mid corner speed to really sort of mixes things up and can always causes incidents. So
there was that.
We might see a few more incidents again with the Tier 2 guys, because some of the guys at the front here, like Rain and T2000 here, they're getting pretty close to the Tier 1 times here. So they're definitely going to be pushing pushing through in the reverse race.
Oh, mate, they are definitely close to the Tier 1 times. I'm in Tier 1, and I'd probably, if going off my qualifying time from last week, I'd probably be more down in this group right now around position 9 or 10, I think.
Oh, really?
So, oh yeah, look, it's only like a couple of hundredths of a second, of a second there, but it's enough to, you count that over a group of laps. It's a big difference, but yeah, well, that's interesting. So there might be some room made for next season for some of these guys to move up into, because yeah, I have no doubt I'll probably lose my spot in the tier 1 grouping.
Well, it's not all about raw pace; it's also how consistent you are, and I think you've shown how consistent you can be over a race. So, but a lot of these guys they've shown it as well. So yeah, I think it's always good to see them constantly improving themselves every week.
20 seconds.
Yep.
And trying to prove themselves that they're good enough for the Tier 1 championship boys.
Yeah. Do you have to hit drive, K-Man?
10 seconds.
No? Excellent. No, that's okay. I just wasn't quite sure. No. Yep. We're on rain, are we? Alright, so the guys they're going to take off on their formation lap. We've got a current temperature of 32 degrees, a little bit of cloud cover. There's not a lot of opportunity in terms of track to really get the tyres warmed up, get the brakes warmed up, and this is where it's important for your setup that you've got a good brake duct system going. It's all about sort of getting a really good start off the line, but at the same time you want to have a balanced car. So there's a little bit of weaving going on there by Rain. I'm super impressed with this Lamborghini, I'll tell you. It's if I was in Team SAR, I would definitely be pinching his setup, that's for sure.
He's really making a name for himself in the T2. Lately, he's really pushing the top drivers in T2 at the moment, and now he's got the pole, and yeah, it'd be interesting to see if he can pull out a gap to T2000 and the guys behind him. Fengpu Panda is up there as well.
Yes, so we've got all the big hitters up there at the pointy end, so that's always going to be interesting. It's just that I think we'll probably find, and I don't want to put the mocker on anyone, but the first chicane is always you can nearly put $100 down that, and we don't encourage betting. If there is support out there for anyone that does bet, but if I was a betting man, I'd put $100 down on the first chicane where there'd been an incident, where a car skips across the top of the curbing there and is launched. We saw it last week.
Yep, very easy to happen.
Absolutely. And I think with most of the ones that I saw, it doesn't just take out that one car, it takes out a few. So, anyway, we're getting ready for the race start. If for all those guys watching, if you don't mind, we say it every week, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. There's a couple of names in there that I haven't seen before. We've got Ian Smee, who's asking Stu how come he doesn't race. Maybe Ian Smee has a different PlayStation name, I'm not quite sure, but here we go. Formation is
green light.
Engaged.
Here we go.
Whoop, yep.
Away we go.
Ooh, and TT has gone up on the inside.
Oh, we've had a bit of commotion down the back. Stu Wilson has spun around.
Yep, so there's a bit of a gap there to the next group of cars, is there?
Yeah, a little bit of bumps here, but Stu Wilson was the worst person to come out of that. So he's gone around into the sand.
Yeah,
I think he's teleported back to the pits too.
Oh, so he might have had some pretty serious damage. There is a struggle there, looks like. Okay. So coming through that second chicane, someone's just launched the witch's hat. So the tyres won't be quite ready yet. Sorry, Noxie.
Oh, sorry. Something. Oh, bits of missing it right at the back of the pack too. So he must have had a bit of an issue too. And we've had a few more drivers have an incident in the second chicane there. So yeah, bit of a chaotic start now.
Yeah. So that second chicane again, if you don't straight line it through there, it can whip the car up and it turns you around.
Yeah, if you're braking and you hit the dip as you're braking, it just pulls your car to the right, and that's not what you want to do. You want to be off the brakes when you hit that dip.
Absolutely, be off the dip.
Be off the dip.
Don't get on the sausage. Stay off the dip.
Yep. Very wise words. Always stay off the sausage.
So these guys are pretty close. They're still weaving around, warming up their tyres by the looks of it. So there's a few guys there, maybe from a strategy point of view, maybe they've gone slightly different tyre pressures. I can't remember what happened last week, but I think the temperature did drop down by about 3 or 4. And who's that, number 11? Sparky God's gone around. He's going to have to wait there now. He's
going to inch back onto the track. He's done pretty well there.
Excellent. He's done really good. Well done, mate.
He's aware of what the other cars are doing, and the other cars were aware of what he was doing, so, and they all gave each other room, so good stuff.
Well, Runner Fire's having a look down the inside. He's showing the nose to TT. He's on the outside here. He's TT's gone around. They've both gone around.
Oh no.
That is devastating for those guys.
Well, they
So
got
that
some
is
work
just
to do.
handed it to
Panda
Flung Poo Panda.
and Redback. Redback's right behind Flung Poo Panda now too.
So those guys will be
they've just
high-fiving each other.
Yep, they've been gifted a fantastic podium opportunity here. And Brett Watt in third as well, not too far behind. He'll be loving this.
He needs the points too after last round. P8.
Oh, he's had a fantastic start.
So is that his doppelganger or is that Bounty himself?
We'll have to look at this.
Yeah, well, better watch out for the team points when they come out, because if there's two bounties in the list, then you know there's something's going on.
I can't see him in the list, so he must have ghosted at some point.
And his car 6. Someone else must have pinched number 5. I thought he was number 5 all the time. No, that's all right. I knew that everything's legitimate, but it just makes for a good conversation. So we got where have those two guys, Rain of Fire and right? So this is like exactly like the last lap. Yeah, so clean lap, clean pass there. Well done, guys. It's a shame because though being in P1 and 2, they're just throwing it away for any chance of a race win pretty much, unless something happens and Rain's gone wide on the sand.
And let's T2000 through. They'll be wanting to not fight as much and just try and see if they can work their way back up to the front.
Redback
In front. So Flung Poo Panda must have had a little mistake coming into the first or second corners.
Well, I did read somewhere there, Noxie, that the Ferrari was not like it is a performance, one of the best performing cars in terms of speed, but it's not that good over the curbing, I read. So maybe someone in the audience can confirm that. I could be wrong. I don't generally make mistakes, I make prophecies, which immediately turn out to be wrong anyway. So,
well, I found I was a lot stronger in the Merc than I had been in the last couple of races with the Ferraris. So yeah, maybe they were struggling in the big sort of curb bounces and stuff like that. So they had to maybe be a little bit cautious where I could just throw it on through them. So
Yep, fair enough. That's good to know.
Anyone in chat could confirm or deny that? Be good.
Well, we've got Mr. Burradog has joined us. Brett's, yeah, we saw him move up into P3, so Brett's up there now, and where's Gaza? Where did he end up? So he was, there he is. So he's on the back of this train at the moment, and this is when it gets a little bit hairy. Is when they're all coming together. So, you know, people see an opportunity, they get a good run out of this corner, out to turn 4. And there's a little bit of weaving going from left and right, and they think there's a good opportunity to drop down on the inside. But that chicane, it's nasty. We saw it last week. Take a few cars out, or people take evasive action and skip over the top. And yeah, it definitely lends itself to creating some chaos, as Gaza was just up on the outside of someone in that BMW. Well, it's tight. It's very tight.
Oh, gee, we got 10,000 carbon. Oh, you know, for the one corner there. That looked amazing then. Panda just at the front there, he had a bit of an issue in that second chicane, so he's lost a bit of time to red back.
Was he about 1.4?
Yeah, 1.4 behind, but he was pushing pretty hard.
Who's this? Oh, I'm
Not ready.
the Vodafone car.
He might be fixing his damage, or the just staying there for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I hope not. Hopefully he gets out there and cycles around again. But he did say in the chat there tonight, I saw in the season 10 chat for the quicker boys when they're coming through on race 2, just to watch where they're going. But unfortunately, Wayne's copped a few whacks here and there in the first race. So if you thought his night's exciting already so far, guess what, mate? You've got a more exciting second race to come.
Oh yeah.
Oh, someone's just off the track there too. Who was that?
I think that was Interworld and Spotty Pie. They were having a bit of a fight.
Wayne Rice is in the pits, and Bits of Misses are in the pits.
Oh, so might have been one of those guys.
Well, we saw a couple of drive-throughs last week too, so track limits definitely got a bit of a flogging by some of the guys, and very, very easily done, especially when you're fighting for position at Circuit Zolder. Just check something here.
And quite hard to be consistent here, because it's quite hard to be very consistent into the chicanes. And depending how your car reacts to the bumps and stuff like that, it can make or break your lap.
Yes.
If you can find some form of, if you can find out how your car likes to be driven through those chicanes, and just keep hitting those marks every lap, it's probably the best thing you can do is to be consistent rather than be all out pace, and then the next lap you're a second off, so because you're pushing too hard or you didn't quite hit that mark.
Yeah. So can you imagine doing an endurance race at this track?
Yeah, no thanks.
No, you just wouldn't even get a rest, would you?
And then at night time, geez.
Well, that's what I found with race 2.
During the day.
Absolutely. Well, that's what I found with race 2 was, you spoke about the guys coming through and, you know, on the slower guys, the quicker guys coming through on the slow guys, and they've obviously got different brake marks. But the thing that I found was, race 2 there was a lot more shadows, long shadows on the track. So with the second race being later in the evening, the track shadows really impeded, like if you had braking markers picked out on track. So sort of turned out to be a little bit of a guessing game at some points of the actual race itself.
I'm just looking at Exorcist and 17T. He's having a real good battle with Adge, who's all over the back of him. And they're having a good battle here. There's no low and NZ behind him too, so...
Anyway, just got a fair bit of damage on the back of that Ferrari. Who's he drive for? He's in a purple car. Whose team rules? Who's the bloody captain at that team? Oh, yes, pink and purple.
and Bits and Mitzen's trying to come through, and he's taking out Lowland Zealand. He's been turned. Bits and Mitzen had the pace, but he's trying to. Yep. I don't think he's not going to be happy with that. But yeah, he's gone back to the pits too.
He's gone back to the pits based on that?
Bits and Mitzen, has gone back to the pits.
Oh, so that's...
he was a lap down.
Journey back.
I think he's had enough. He's...
What team's he in? Is he PRT, is he?
Yep, and if you go back to the front, Flunky Pan has just got the fastest time, and he's all over the back of Red Back now too. So he's made up that time he lost in the chicane, the second chicane before. He's putting the pressure onto Red Back.
Well, he's definitely squeezed him. He's taken the inside line. He's been defensive. He's gone wide there. He's going to try and keep this inside line on the first turn now.
Yep.
Coming into this last chicane. Just not sure how the Porsche is over the bumps. Someone's parked off. That's Wayne Morris has parked off to the side.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the Porsche. We got Javar in the Porsche in the T1. I really haven't. I don't think I've even. I may have done a little bit of testing in Suzuka when the championships started, but that's about it.
Yeah, Javar in the Porsche is an alien, mate. He's driven it for quite a few seasons now, and somehow he gets that thing set up that on the formation lap, he's literally line locking it around corners.
Just to get the heat in.
Yeah, so I don't know how he does that. It's very interesting. So sorry, the production manager, you're taking us down there, have you? Oh, yep. Excellent. So BC and Sparky are in a bit of a tight tussle here. Sparky's right up his backside. Interesting. Just don't go off these guys, K-Man, but just scroll to the top again for a quick second. Interesting, just looking at the team. So SAR, we've got 3 of them in the top 6. GRT, P&L. But over the last few rounds, we've typically seen PRT have been quite dominant. And tonight, they're just a little bit off. Not quite sure what's going on there. Maybe team orders just to slow down a little bit, let the other teams catch up. I'm not quite sure, but if that's the case, I hope so. But it is a close battle between these guys. Yep. So that's a good point that you raise. We'll leave that one there for the PS admins to decide. What are we? How many?
Front of his car is a little bit banged up, but trying to catch up to Exodus here in the BMW in 18. And Exo's a little bit scratched up on the front there too, so yeah, a lot of fender bending. BC having a little look up on the inside, but thinks better of it. And Adge goes wide on the sand there too, so that's going to slow him down for the whole straight here.
So we've also just clicked over with half the race gone. There is half the race still to go. What? It's getting very tight here between these guys. Poor old Exo will be sweating, I reckon. He'll have the...
Sweating bullets.
He will be. He'll have the cookie between the legs. That was Juzzy that used to say that, K-Man, wasn't it? Yeah. Broken cookies between his knees. Oh, Exo's gone wide on that... Oh, beg your pardon.
Oh.
Look at this.
Exo's got the inside line. He's going to have to hold him around the outside.
Yeah, well, he got a bit ugly coming into that last chicane. He sort of missed his... went in a little bit too deep. He's done it there again. So he's just missing his turn-in points. It's obviously feeling... He's just backed out of that one, which is a very smart move.
He went around the outside there.
Well, that would be... Adge. No, that is... Who's in the Ferrari? Oh, Sparky, is it?
Yeah, that was a great move, that one.
Car 771. Yeah, that was a good move. But again, I'll just recap. Exo has done a brilliant job by just... He knew that he was defeated in that passing move, so he's just allowed him to come through rather than continuing to compete.
Oh.
And Wayne Morris has just gotten in the way there.
Getting a bit of a bump there.
He did. Rather than competing and ruining both their races, he's just backed out and then given himself 11 minutes and 25 seconds to try and regain that position back. So well done, Exo.
Yep, it's always a good thing to stay alive in a race. This track has claimed a lot of... even if you're not trying to defend from anyone, it's just so easy to just make a slight mistake into the chicanes and upset your car, and then all of a sudden you turn around in the sand or in the wall, and that's an easy position for someone that's just been staying consistent all night.
Yep. We've got TT coming up on the back of Rain and Fire there as well, have we? That battle's starting to heat up again. Well, even Kung Fu Panda's 0.6 behind Redback. So there's a couple of little battles going on. Shamrock's 0.2. So these guys, what will happen is because they're fighting for position, that will start to close in. Definitely between these four cars, I think that's going to happen. I'm not quite sure about Redback and Panda. They just pulled a fair decent gap out there.
Yeah, it seems a little bit seesaw battle with them. Panda seems to have maybe the outright raw pace, but he just seems to be making a few too many mistakes. And Redback's just sort of staying out of trouble, and they're just overtaking Team Little Bear.
Well, we saw that at their last round, didn't we? When you had Redback and Panda, and Redback was right there, and then 3/4 of the way through the race, he just dropped right off.
Yeah.
Looked like he had bloody... looked like he'd gone in the pit to put wets on a hot track, the way that the car was behaving. It is for position, and we've got Rain of Fire, who's coming up. Team SAR, currently sitting at the bottom of the championship table at the moment, and I don't say that for any other reason except this is an opportunity for Team SAR to get some good team points and climb their way back up the championship ladder. And it looks like who's having a think about it, just letting him know. Oh, he's just... So this is... What's this going to do? This is going to put... Rain is going to come up. He's going to want to get past Shamrock very, very quickly. And hopefully put Shamrock in between himself and TT, I think, is what he would be thinking. Got to make sure I keep looking at the right screen too, Noxie.
Yeah. Oh, Panda and Black Redback. They're side by side. Funk Poo Panda's got the inside line. Oh no, he's thought better of it. That was a good effort. This is on for the win here. They'll get 8 minutes to go. And Panda is throwing everything, including the kitchen sink at Redback at now. And Brett White just behind them there, waiting for anything to happen. Yeah,
there's a lot of action going on at the moment. There's pockets of parties on all over the joint. This is like a bloody blue light disco at local YMCA.
Well, I'll keep an eye on the front two here, and yeah, yep. But yeah, they're going hard.
So Runner Fire still hasn't made that move on Shamrock yet. TT's still lurking in behind him. We've got F1 Sniper, who's not generally up the front end at most round, but he's doing a stellar job there in P4. Gazza's here, still in P10, so he hasn't improved on that position. And Black Falcon, I did see him up there for a little bit. I'm not quite sure where he's dropped off to. Oh, yep, down in P13. But the heaters at the front groups with these guys, looks like TT's just starting to drop off a little bit, so maybe it might become a bit of a tyre battle now. They are down at, is it 32 degrees for track temperature?
Yep.
And it only takes one mistake. So these guys are both in the same team, SAR, fighting for position, and I have... Shamrock's just gone a little bit nasty over that curbing. It's given Rain of Fire the opportunity to come down, and he's made the pass. It's brilliant moved. So that puts TT in behind Shamrock now. Sorry, Knox.
Thank you very much for that. On to the next one.
Thank you, Mother, for the rabbits. This is where you want to be driving around. If you're doing that well, you want to be driving around with the Panda livery, I reckon. The Panda 91.5.
Well, I've embraced that, so I'm loving my livery on the Merc.
It does look pretty good, mate.
An angry panda.
It is an angry panda.
Yeah,
5.5 minutes to go.
Panda just seems to have so much more pace in this first sector here.
He does.
Gains so much on Redback, and then Redback, I think, pulled it out a little bit in the last sector, so...
Yeah, well, it looks like Panda's got a little bit tighter lines, which is giving him the opportunity to drift out a little bit wider and try and get the run, but the fact that Redback has got confidence...
Had a bad bounce there.
In Panda not just slamming it up on the inside, as we've seen with some of the tier 1 guys. That's a good outcome for both of them. So there's definitely some good points to be gained here, whether you finish first or second.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to think of the long game here too. Second's great points here if Panda can sort of keep it clean. You don't want to ruin the person's race in front of you either, so...
No, definitely not. But we have Rain of Fire, who is sneaking up very quickly on F1 Sniper, the team F1 Sniper for GRT. And is he in an orange car? Is that right? Okay, man, is it GRT? Yep. Very, very good. Thank you for confirming that. Some jolly good racing here, chaps.
Talking about good racing, Psycho and Tenth is having a good battle of Gather. They're all over the back of Gather here. So Gather's moved up to 9th. But Psycho wants to take it. Yep. So Psycho seems to be, he wants a 9th position from him though. 3.5 minutes to go. He's all over the back of him.
And Gazza's sporting their nice Italian livery there too, Noxie.
He is. And, oh, I'm just almost got, he's saved it. I thought he was going to go around there, and Psycho had a moment there too. Very lucky to keep it on the track there, and
Very
they
lucky.
resume their fight.
How are we looking up at the front end there, production manager?
Front end, 0.4. Panda is behind. He's going to make up a lot more time here in the first sector here again, as we no doubt will see here.
Is that Bounty?
He carries so much more.
Yep, P8. Car looks mighty clean. So we've got Stephen McDonald in the chat room tonight. G'day Stephen, that's brother of Devon. How are you, buddy? Hope the GT World's looking after you.
Yep, Panda is all over the back of Redback now.
Yep, this is on. This is on, guys. Panda is not going to put up with this for any much longer. He is absolutely wanting to strip Redback of his red stripe.
He's
Pull the legs off that spider.
He just takes so much time out of Redback in that first sector. If it's going to be any sector where he's going to pass Redback, I'm calling it now. It's going to be the first sector.
Yeah, and I reckon he'll try and line him up with 1:14 to go, but they'll get another lap, obviously. Well, interesting that we've got a couple of cars in front of those guys, so
yes,
Redback will have that on his mind as well.
Hopefully they don't interfere too much. We don't want to see the back markers getting in the way too much of the front battle.
I think what's happening is...
And Ads is already given away. Good, well done, Ads.
Redback's final lap, guys. Redback clicks the last chicane curbing there, which unsettles his car. So it looks like Panda's not quite as close as what he was last time. It just takes a little bit tighter line coming around turn 2.
Gets a good run out of there though. And here we go.
He does. Got the lights on.
He takes this corner right and get a good run down the straight.
Oh, and who's in front of him? I don't want to know, but
low end deal is in front.
Deepest. He's not moving out of the way either. Oh, poor old Redback will be absolutely sweating in his shell. If that was me, I'd be flat out pushing my triangle button. Get out of the way!
Yeah.
Blue flags are waving.
Blue flags, blue flags.
And this is exactly the sort of thing. Look what's happening. It's just holding these guys up. Now he moves out of the way, and he's done the right thing. He's done it in a spot where it's safe to do it.
That's a compromised Panda because he couldn't go for the inside lunge there.
No, he couldn't.
But
you've got a couple of corners to let the guys come through.
It's going to have to be the exit of this chicane here, where it's going to be, can he get the exit? No. Well done. Fantastic racing from those two, nice and clean. Well done, first and second, Redback and Feng Fu Panda. Brett White hanging in there in the third. Well done to him. And we got F1 Sniper fourth. Rain of Fire with just behind him in fifth. We got T2000 in sixth. Jamrock coming through in seventh. Fantastic race by him. Bounty eighth. Good race from him. Gather holding on to ninth. Saint Sim in 10th. We got Black Falcon in 11th coming across the line now. Interruled in 12th. We got Scotty Pye in the Honda, survived in the Honda, in 13's coming across the line now. We got Christopher in 14th. Oh, did he run out of fuel? 14th.
Who got the drive through?
No.
Psycho.
I think, yeah, he's missed
run
out
out
on
of fuel?
14th. Yeah, Christopher ran out of fuel.
Oh no.
16th instead. So at least he made it across the line, but he missed out on a few extra points there. GT in 19th. Exorcist just coming across the line now in 20th. Psycho is a little bit behind here. Just going through the second chicane. But that was a pretty exciting race.
That was a very exciting race.
And we got more exciting racing to come with the reverse grid. And it's based on the qualifying results, not the finishing results. So
Stu's put a comment in there saying Will Kenny will be Will, not Will as in that's his name Will, but will Kenny be providing the halftime entertainment for tonight?
who's that? Who's
There we go. Did that come through?
Yeah, I was just waiting for the chorus. I wanted to sing the chorus.
Oh,
You gotta know when to hold 'em.
this is my song. This is the halftime entertainment that we actually need. I actually did my meniscus in my knee when I danced to this song. Can you hear that?
I can't begin to know him, but then I know it's growing.
This is a party favourite.
Wasn't the spring, then spring became the
Everyone in the chat room, if you want to sing along.
How old are you?
Old enough. Ready? And reaching out. That's what wine dogs are.
I think this is a bit too old for me, to be honest. I don't know this
No,
one.
it's not. Not so mate. When you go to a pub,
I know
and
the
that song
Holden
comes
one,
on.
but I don't know this one.
hey,
I know the Holden one, but I don't think I know this one though.
when you go to a pub and you've had a few sherbets, trust me, it doesn't matter how old you are, everyone dances to that song. Everyone, and they get up
Everyone?
and bump and grind each other.
Oh,
No,
okay.
actually, not everyone. I bump and grind everyone.
I'm not sure if I want that image in my head, but yeah, go ahead.
No, just kidding, guys. Just for all the children out there watching tonight, go back to your popcorn. I do apologise. So, great result tonight. Redback fought it right to the end. Had Kung Fu Panda, 91.5, right on his backside there. Had a little bit of slower cars, lap cars in the last lap there, which made it a little bit interesting. But all those guys, including Low NZ, played it out very well. So, well done to those guys. Brett White, P3, needs the points for his championship run. F1 Sniper did a great job to hold off Rain of Fire with TT. So those guys were leading first and second position and took each other out very early in the race. So,
Yeah, they might be
for them, guys.
ruining that mistake. Fifth and sixth, they still did all right to come back through a few cars through the field there. But now they got to do it all over again. They're going to be right at the back of the pack. And this is what separates the men from the boys.
Absolutely, mate.
How big are your kahunas?
So that's a pretty personal question. As we get to the start-finish line for race 2, let me just take 2 minutes and I'll quickly go and get my tape measure and I'll let you know.
No,
Micro veneers, yep. I don't have to go far. They're in my boss handbag, so it's all good.
that's a bit harsh. You need the
Hey, man.
microscope.
We breed them good down here, mate, in Victoria. Freedom! Oh, that's like a Braveheart moment, I reckon. I will take a quick 2-minute break. Yep. All right, going to have a quick 2-minute break, guys. We'll come back, get some refreshments. We'll go to the toilet, and we will be back to entertain you guys for the second race. Won't be long.
We'll be right back.
Seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds.
He's good. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Here we are. Go, Noxie, you're saying?
Yes, so this is the reverse grid round. We're seeing everyone's just trying to grid up now. We'll be back to front, front to back. So it'll be the qualifying results from the first race, not the finishing results from the first race.
Correct.
So we'll be having, it'll be T2000 and Rain of Fire at the back of the pack, who have it all to do to get through the pack. And it's not going to be easy for them either, because it's all for positions, no blue flags. So all the slower guys, slightly slower guys, are more than entitled to defend the inside line, and probably encouraged to do that, because yeah, some of these guys will get a good chance to even get a podium tonight. So I think this is what the great thing that I think sprint rounds are a great race to have. Some people don't like them, but it's a different type of racing, and how safe you can be around other drivers.
Yeah, well, it's the carnage that it causes, I think, and it's those issues. But I think the sprint round reverse grid's good, but maybe it might be something that we look at with regards to the bike. I mean, doing a reverse grid sprint round on Monza is ridiculous.
Dive bomb, anyone?
Yeah, exactly. Turn 1.
So possibly a bigger track.
Here we go. They're lining up. Sorry, mate. Their formation is coming. Boards.
I'll keep an eye on the back of the pack. So it's not until the back guys cross the start-finish line we'll get a green light. I'll be almost at the first corner here.
Green light,
And here we go. We're away.
We are. This is when the action will start to unravel. There'll be some very desperate guys at the back end, and you can see the sun's come down, the track's shiny, there's long shadows across the track as Exo makes a move up on the inside
Good move there.
of low NZ.
Now the front there. We've had a crash. I think it's Bounty. We've had a big moment. Big moment on the straight here. Funky Panda, Redback, T2000. They're all involved.
Oh, there's cars going slow, there's cars driving into the wall. This is disastrous for these guys. They're going back to the pits. So this will probably reinforce the thing you were just talking about, mate, with regards to sprint round. So some of these guys who are starting rear of field, who are our fastest guys. So who we got? Wayne Ross has got a drive through already. Who's gone into the pits, K-Man? Can we just scroll back down?
Sparky Gold has gone to the pits.
Looks like someone's already pulled the pin on the night. Yeah, they look like they've already pulled the pin.
747? F1 Sniper maybe. And car number 53, which is Black Falcon.
Black Falcon, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm gonna go do a replay.
Do a replay,
see what happened.
Give it a little bit of a.
So you guys follow the action. I'm gonna see what I can get.
So Exo and Low NZ are in positions that they would not normally be familiar with. We'll be cycling around on K-Man, production manager, Mr. Production Manager. Yep. Yeah, that's okay. Gaz has just gone over, well, Scotty Pye in the Honda has just gone over the chicane. 97, who's that? That's Funky Panda, isn't it? Yep, so he tried to make a move there. Hasn't come off on, I think that's Gazza. It is. So Gazza's definitely not going to let him through that easily. He's stuck to the racing line. He's Oh, so close to contact there. Flung through Panda, sporting the old Van Gisbergen number 97. And that looks like Redback is having a look. Well, they're all starting to check up. Yep, someone's gone around. That looks like it's the PRT colours. I don't know who that was. And this is exactly what happens on the sprint rounds, guys. Kick and rivet, was it? Well, I look forward to having a conversation with those guys later on through the protests. It looks like a little bit of damage on that Ferrari as well. Sparky Gott's got 5 minutes of damage. 5 minutes, so that must have been a massive hit. And the fact that he's in the chat means that he did go back to the pits and he's pulled the plug on tonight's race 2 reverse grid sprint round at Circuit of Zolder.
Alright, so I got news on what happened with the... Sorry, I got news on what happened on the first lap on the straight.
Yep.
Bounty had a good run out on the straight and tried to go through between Cobb McCool and Black Falcon, but he's hit Cobb McCool on the side, and then it's just caused a Constantina effect. He's pinballed between him and Black Falcon, and then everyone's just sort of run into them as well as everyone's sort of spinning out, hitting the wall.
Yeah.
So it started from Bounty, unfortunately.
Sparky's going back out, he's waiting in the pits. So that's not the Bounty that we know. That is the captain of PRT and the developer of the Podium website. That is Bounty's doppelganger that was in there tonight. That
Evil
was
Bounty.
Absolute chaos.
Yep, evil Bounty. Yep.
So here we are on board with somebody on the back of Scotty Pye. Jamrock. So Noxie, while the action is happening, we've got a correction. The Shamrock's gone around.
He's hit the wall hard too.
What has happened? Someone please explain what had just happened there. I've got to watch the replay on the YouTube. Replay back here. He's in behind Scotty Pye.
And he's got bad damage too. He's pulling to the left.
Hit the wall that hard.
Yeah, it's going to probably be a teleport to the pit.
He got the old Scandinavian whip going on, so he got a little bit of oversteer, overcorrected, and has driven himself into the wall. And making his way back to the pits by the looks of it.
BC had a pretty ordinary chicane who he was behind EXO, but he's in the mix now and behind a lot of people. But that's given Exorcist some breathing room out the front, and Adge is hunting him down now at about just under 2 seconds.
So, just looking at the drivers list, we've got EXO out the front by 1 point something seconds, 2 seconds now over Adge. Psycho, Add Too Many, Team Little Bear, Christo, and the ones that we need to be looking at is Redback and TT. They're the guys that are making their way up through the list of drivers right now, so they've obviously done it cleanly.
Redback's already up to 9th, and it's the 2nd or 3rd lap now.
Kung Fu Panda, he probably got caught up
In the first lap incidents, so looks like Redback was able to miss that, so he's probably going to be the big winner out of tonight. If he can, and T2000's behind Redback too, not too far behind.
Voice of sterility and hope tells us to say, give the next.
Alright guys, I've just hot off the press. So Noxie, we've been referencing the Panda 91.5.
Yes.
So Dr. Manager's been in my earpiece and just confirmed that we have actually been saying it wrong. And the tonality that we've been using has been incorrect as well. So we need to make sure that we get this. Oh, and it looks like Gaza has just gone around. Sorry to interrupt. Anyway, back to the news flash. Are you ready? So have a quick listen.
Alright.
That's awesome. Strong. That was like.
Do you reckon you can pull that off?
Oh, I don't want to get copyrighted. I thought
We've been saying 91.5, it's 103.6.
103.6. The Panda. Alright.
We've got to work on that, Thompson. We've got to work on it, mate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we like compeller it or something. What's
Yeah. Oh, is that?
Oh.
Yeah. We'll get the coaching lessons from K-Man, but Redback is just come through on Team Little Bear.
Team Little Bear, ordinary chicane. He's got it on the inside.
Well, Team Little Bear's not. He's not giving up the
Not
spot
backing
that
him
easily.
down. More than told to defend.
Do we have a? Oh, he's gone wide. Do we have an Aston Martin out there? We do. Called McCall.
Cool.
Still going around in the Aston Martin.
Yep. I think it's still a pretty decent car. Might have been lost with some of the newer cars, but I think it can still fight with the best of them.
103.6. Yeah, they can. And you proved that last season, mate, when you drove it in season 9.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. Always like trying different cars though.
Who won the championship last season? Who was this Tier 1
Eagle.
pro driver?
Eagle.
Oh, that's right. How much did he?
Eagle had an amazing final race and yeah, blitzed everyone.
Yeah, you were second?
Yes, that was the theme of the championship for me, second.
Yep. And best part about that is, mate, you didn't jump in the BMW M4 like most other people did.
No. Stay away from the meter cars.
That's it. I did the same, but it hasn't paid off for me, unfortunately.
I always like trying the different things. And you like to get like, it changes, some cars are better at different tracks too, so you might get even though your car might be slower at one track, it might be a little bit better on another track.
Yep. Yeah, no, I totally agree. It's just, I think it just comes down to people that have time to practice and run setups. I know that since we've been doing the admin stuff and then the protests, team captain, I definitely don't have the time to practice like I used to. But yeah, that's okay. It's someone's got to do it, and happy to do that. But
yeah, Exis is down to second now, so he's still doing really well. He's got a chance to get some good points here.
he does. He may have made a little bit of a mistake, but we've got Adge in the pink and purple car with pink wheels.
Yep. He's hunting
Team SAR.
Exis back down.
What was that, sorry? An individual. Who was that? Who said that was Mark Jackson for Melbourne, wasn't it? Geelong. Oh, I'm an individual, yeah.
Nigel on the back of EXO here. He's still got a lot of time to make something happen here. We've still got 18 minutes as the shadows are getting darker and darker here, and some of the guys are putting the lights on.
Well, Adge has given EXO a little bit of a touch up.
Oh, and he gets a little bit squirrely there too.
Smile.
He's going to look. He's looking for the inside. No, thinks better of it.
Yeah, look who's looking at the back of this pack.
We've got Interior and Redback.
Redback is
on to the leading pack here.
Yep. So the just got a quick link up with the team captain of SAR, who is in the background just shaking in his boots. Good old Kenny.
EXO is doing a really good job here.
Hey man, he's in the back office.
Keeping things in check, keeping us in line.
Yeah. I can't believe Stephen McDonald doesn't know who's commentating. We say it every round. We've got Huey, Dewey and Louie.
Yeah, we're not that important.
We're not
It's
that
understandable. Yeah,
Dumber and dumber.
I'll take it. And Adge. Oh!
Oh, and
Adge
Exo's
the
just missed
big
him.
lunge.
Oh! Who's that? So, I
Adge
can't tell with the
and
colour of Adge's
Christopher
car.
have come together.
And
Adge went for a
Redback
big
is up on
lunge.
the inside of Exo. He's just bumped into him.
And they're both heavy damage there. And Exo has survived that.
So, the back office manager did call it.
And now Exo has Redback all over the back of him. I'm not sure he's going to be able to do much against Redback. Redback has shown fantastic pace here tonight. But Exo has done very well to keep it nice and clean, doing all the right things, putting his car in the right places here.
He is, and I'll just use one of Devon's quotes right now. Exo is the cork in the bottle for these guys.
The cork in the red wine bottle.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm a screw top guy. I don't like to invest too much in wine. Still wake up feeling like crap in the morning, so I might as well drink the cheap shit.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm not complaining. No, I'm not going to whinge about it either.
Redback, I think he's got a better exit here onto the straight. No.
Yeah, no, Exo's doing a stellar job here. He's got definitely a seasoned driver right up into his rear wing. He's gone defensive. He's going to take the inside line. He's going to try and get the under over here, I reckon, Redback. Which he hasn't done. He's forced his way through.
Bit of bump, but it was still good.
Loud. Oh, that's just, he doesn't need to muck around like this. He doesn't need the race win. He's way in front of TT.
Yep. But he wants the glory though.
He does.
He's got the speed.
Exo's in his right to defend. Even though he's one of the slower drivers out here, compared to Redback, he has the right to defend. And he's just gone very deep again. He's got the inside line. Not quite sure how this is going to play out. I reckon that he might, if I'm going to put money on it, he'll let Redback go. No, he hasn't.
It's gone deep.
He has positioned his car's gone very wide.
He's gone very deep.
Yeah.
The sand. And that looks intervals through too.
Redback's played the Joker card there.
We've got a bit of a gap to find through Panda. But yeah, Panda's got to catch Exorcist in not too long a time, so he's still got 15 minutes of defending, unfortunately. But that lets Redback off the hook now. Gonna hunt down Ad, Too Many, and Psycho. Psycho is probably going to have a bit of trouble catching Psycho. Psycho is 6 seconds in front of Ad, Too Many.
Yeah, we've got TT coming up on the back of Kung Fu Panda. So TT's, he's a privateer, I think, in memory. Yep, confirmed. Yeah, well, I heard that Redback has just about signed ink on the BHR contract for next season, mate, so... Yeah, oh, so both of those guys I'm signing up. Yep. No, that's okay. I've actually got an app for the French interpretation. I can, yeah, I've got it all nailed. It's all good.
And it's all over the back of Exorcist now. So, Exorcist has to do it all over again. Can he defend for 12 minutes? And, oh,
I don't think he will.
Ad Too Many has gone off.
Yep, the pressure has...
He's lost his
Zolder.
second position.
Not too many, no, he's still cycling. Where is he? We've got to wait for him to cross over the...
Ad Too Many is
line.
behind Adge now.
Alright, so he's 7.8 seconds behind Psycho. So this is Psycho's opportunity to... He's got 12 minutes to keep it clean. keep it clean and keep it mean and straight. And he has the opportunity to take a race win in the tier 2 round at Circuit Zolder. An undulating 4.011 kilometres long.
And it's got him past EXO. So he panned it up to 4th now, after interrails, and Redback is in 2nd now, hunting after Psycho, who's 6 seconds up the road.
6 seconds now. So he's already quite in a couple of, well, second and a half under a lap. Oh yeah. Well, this will be definitely good for Team PRT. Who else we got down? Who's fighting down the back there, K-Man? We've got a few guys, but yep. Who's got up the back of him?
We've got Black Falcon just
Black
behind
Falcon.
Mike. Black Falcon's lap down. So he was one of the ones who got caught up in the first lap shenanigans.
McCoy is up the back of Rain of Fire. Actually, I'm surprised Rain of Fire hasn't quite climbed up as quickly as Redback.
And just talking about Gather, Rain of Fire has just bumped Gather into the chicane. Yep. And Rain of Fire's come off 2nd best there.
And Rain of Fire is going to cycle all the way back to the pits by the looks of it, which is what he's done.
A day to forget that. Well, it's looking good, very good for Rain in qualifying, but it's all sort of come undone.
I bet you some of these guys would be wishing. Was that, sorry, production manager? Oh, yeah.
He's all at the back of EXO.
I mean, the tension with these racing is so thick. You can cut it with a cricket stump. I swear to God, it's going off tonight.
TD's got a better run. He's going to be on the outside. He's going to blink first here. So brake a little bit later. He does. Keeps the position. Hits the curb up. Oh, he goes around.
He's hit that bump. He didn't straight line it.
Bump, and that's it. He keeps it off the wall though, but he's going to be in behind Edge here. So he did very well, but the pressure too much.
He'll be dirty on that. They had the opportunity. Oh, that's I can't read the bloody screen. Came in, but someone was just getting a little bit over serious this end.
Psycho's actually pulling away here. He's up to 7 seconds in front of Redback.
Yeah, that's a decent effort.
So I think they both, Redback and Flung Poo Panda, have some damage here. So it's obviously affecting their handling. And Panda's actually catching Redback here. So it could be a repeat of race 1. Panda's going to start pushing the pressure onto Redback in the final stages of this race here, with 7.5 minutes to go. And Wayne Morris just goes around at the first chicane.
Well, Redback, is that Panda right up Redback's backside now?
Yep.
So Redback is commanding second place at the moment. I don't think he's going to be able to hold that. He's looking very screwy.
Yep. Oh, he touched the grass there. Did well to hold on to it there.
Van Gisbergen move, just take him out. Push him along the side there. I see nothing. I'm sure that's what he says under his helmet every single time. Not talking about Funk Poo Panda, but talking about the Gisbergen. We'll just see if he closes in again on the first sector, Oxy.
Yeah, I think he's touched the inside curb there. Put him... unsettled the car there.
The flat temperature is down to 22 degrees. We saw in race 1 it was at 34 degrees, so that's a massive drop. And to be honest, I'm not convinced that the tyre pressures that they have set on YouTube that everyone's taking, where they say run between 26 and 27, is correct for console. I think console, I believe, should still be running in the low 27s, which most people aren't. So again, if you're in the chat, confirm that or not. But I do believe that for a console, we need to be running high pressures.
Yeah, it's interesting that. I think it has more effect on how you want your car to handle too. If you want more responsiveness,
a little bit more sidewall movement.
You probably have the pressure up high. If you want a little bit more grip in the slower corners, maybe a little bit lower. And also, it's I'm finding, depending the front and back, you need a difference. You want the car a little bit more slidey at the front. Yeah, you have more pressure at the front.
Yeah, well, I definitely prefer a slidey front end. So where are you running your tyre pressures? Typically around the low 26s or closer to the 27s?
Trade secret, mate. Trade secret.
Okay, no, fair enough. We'll park that conversation.
Well, originally, I can talk about it because I don't really care. Originally, Suzuka, it felt better to have them low.
Yep.
I think it's also track dependent. I felt like if I had them too high at Suzuka, I was too slidey and I couldn't get the grip I wanted, so I had to have them pretty low. And other tracks like Spa, I felt like I had more pace with higher pressures.
Yeah, okay.
So you sort of got to play with the pressures each track.
And do you change your pressures through tyre PSI, or are you looking at it through brake duct adjustment?
Tyre
Temperature.
Tyre PSI.
Yep.
Brake ducts, it's kind of track dependent. Depending how many big straights there are, you probably have you can get away with a lower, less brake ducts on like a track like Spa and Monza. A track that has more twisty, tight corners, more braking. You want more air to go through your brake duct. So you want to sort of have a little bit more open ducts there. So,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, Paulie has just come in and said with the PC that it's pretty close to console and PC are pretty close together, but he's finding that PC around the 27 is the sweet spot. So I think with what you're saying too, mate, just depending on the track and what the actual sweet spot is critical. So we've got 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go.
Panda is pushing hard here too.
Panda caught up to him very, very quickly and has not been able to make the pass yet. So
No.
Redback is definitely driving on the seat of his pants. Pushing cars, haven't got track limits.
They've caught Psycho, so I think Psycho must have had a bit of a moment.
He probably did. He's probably getting excited, I'd say.
It's down to 3 seconds now, or the track temperature is really irking his handling.
I'd say he's probably getting a little bit shaky. Getting shaky on the left-hand foot brake.
Shaky, a little bit tight in the arms.
Looking at the time, thinking I'm going to have a race win here.
Yep.
Probably missed a brake marker, and I'm only saying that because I've experienced it myself.
I think everyone has.
Yep.
It's very easy to tighten up, and that can really affect your braking and well, kind of everything. You're just sort of too tight everywhere. You're making the wrong movements with your steering. You're not smooth, and you're missing your braking points. Yeah, you just got to have a mantra in your head. Just keep it nice and smooth, relaxed. That's the best way to drive.
Yep, and we've got Rain of Fire in the chat room now. So basically, if, as he says, if I didn't have bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. So the thing is, mate, when my response to that is that's history. I say history because it happened in the past. So you need to move forwards. Rightio. PT's got P5, so he's coming up through the ranks. So the battle's up front between Panda and Redback.
And this is going to be the last lap now. So Panda's got one lap to do it. And
Okay, good leaders on the final lap now.
it's familiar GTO, just letting the fastest guys put it through.
Right on, Familiar. Good effort, mate.
But it could be
Psycho,
this-
2.7 seconds in front.
Yep.
He has a teammate in behind him that's going to give him a little bit of breathing room. Even though he's going to be a lap or two down. Psycho right now will be absolutely on fire. He will be sweating bullets. Thinking, his leg will be shaking when he's hitting the brakes. He's gone a little bit rough over that chicane curbing there.
It's Sparky God who's in front of Redback and Panda here. So again, we've got a similar situation to race one.
Oh, Redback got a little bit sideways.
Yep.
So this is a great battle with all these guys. Psycho
Very
absolutely
deep.
deserves this. He's led it after a couple of laps with EXO with a bit of a battle. The cameraman is very, very slow at responding.
But I think he's going to get the job done though.
It looks like
Final
it.
chicane here.
And if there'll be a flash of the
Come
lights.
down the straight. He's going to come across him
there he is.
first. Well
Well
done
done,
there.
Psycho.
And his Redback holds out Flung-Poo Panda again in the reverse grid race.
And
Well done to
Psycho
both.
will be fist pumping, I reckon. Absolutely thrilled to bits that he's taken out the second race of the sprint round reverse grid. Round 4 is the circuit of Zolder, 4.011 kilometres long. He's done a stellar job. So clean car, clean race. Well done, mate. You've done a good job there. Yeah, it's rain, mate. It's been one of those seasons. Unfortunately, it does happen. As we've got the guys coming over the finish line there. There is a man with a checkered flag standing at the start finish line. Don't give up, obviously. As I say, if you build it, they will come. And I am sure that your time will be not that far away to capitalise, mate. So continue on. All right, do you want to go through the top 10, Noxie? I've just seen an incident on track between Scotty Pye and another green car, which is over past the finish line. I'm not quite sure what's happened there, but
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but as we see, I'm looking at Psycho at the moment. He's doing some well-deserved donuts. So he's taken out the reverse grid race in P1 as my table resets. Redback in second. He holds off Panda in third. Panda getting the fastest lap again, I think. So
103.6.
Panda. We got Interworld in fourth. We didn't see much of him. Pretty quiet, but very well done in fourth there. TT managed to get his way up to fifth there. Ad too many after his little spin there. Had was that Adge? I think that was Adge had to spin.
Had too many.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in 6, Gather here holding off a lot of the quicker drivers in 7th. We got Team Little Bear doing very well in 8th. Exorcist ended up getting 9th there, which we saw a lot of him at the start. He did a
We saw
lot
he
of
had
good
the
defending there.
spin out on the first chicane towards the
Yep.
end of the race. Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately, but I think he might be kicking himself a little bit of that, but I think 9th is still a good result for him.
I reckon
Scotty
he'll go and
Pye-
pick AB Saints instead.
Yep, kick his tyres too. And 10th is Scotty Pye and the Honda doing very well in 10th there, kicking and ripping it in 11th. Morningstar Mike in 12th, Low
Excellent
NZ
effort.
in 13th, Familiar GTR 14th, Cobb McCall in the Aston in 15th, Wayne Moritz 16th. We got Adge, who had that little spin, back down in 17th. 18th is BC, 19th Shamrock. We got 20th is Brett Want, Christopher 21st. We got Sparky Guide 22nd, Black Falcon 23rd, and F1 Sniper 24th. And then we had a few laps down. We had Rain of Fire 25th, Saint Sim in 26th, Bounty in 27th, and Stu Wilson 28th, and the Evil Bounty in 29th again.
Evil
And
Bounty.
we're not sure. Cheese and Noodles
Cheese Noodles.
in 30th. I'm not sure what
Yep.
happened to them.
Not sure.
And Bits and Missing in 31st. So might have got banged up in the first part of the race there.
Absolutely. Now we'll take the commentator's hat off, and I'll put the steward's cap back on and wait for the tickets to come through. But wanted to say a massive thank you to everybody that has participated in tonight's event. So we've got K-Man in the back office, of course, doing the production work. So thank you very much, mate, for that. Noxie, again, stellar job. And, you know, it's great that I was only just thinking about it today. I think I've been commentating for about 3.5 years, and I can't believe how quickly that time has gone. And I probably haven't improved in that time. The only thing I've tried to control is my drinking through the commentating, and I think I've done a pretty good job at that. But it's been awesome to have quality guys come through. So, again, a massive shout-out to EXO and Team Little Bear for doing the Tier 1 comms. Brilliant job. Their one-liners are fantastic, and even EXO's dog got a mention a few times. But, you know, massive thank you to all the guys that work in the background. And thanks to the guys that have raced tonight. Thank you for the guys that have commented. Really, really appreciate it. So, yeah, thank you, and we'll see you next time, guys.
Yep, perfectly said. Well done, guys. Yeah, thanks everyone again for that. K-Man doing a stellar job in the background there, in the back door. And yeah, I want to thank you, Ads. You do a stellar job as well. I think a lot of people, it becomes a thankless job, but yeah, rest assured that there's a lot of people that love what you do, and there's a lot that goes behind closed doors that people don't see. So a lot of work that happens. Yeah, I want to thank you guys for that. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Thanks everyone in the chat, and yeah, probably we'll see you in the next one.
Onto the Enduro driver swap at Imola.
Yes.
Watch for that, guys. That will be nuts.
Yep.
See you there.
See you guys.
Absolutely. Bye.
Bye.